The Lexus RX is a luxury crossover SUV sold since 1998 by Lexus, a luxury division of Toyota. Originally released in its home market of Japan in late 1997 as the Toyota Harrier, export sales began in March 1998 as the Lexus RX. Considered as the first luxury crossover SUV, 5 generations of the RX have been produced to date, the first being compact in size, and the latter 3 classified as midsize. Both front and four-wheel drive configurations have been used on the RX series, and several gasoline powertrain options, including V6 engines and hybrid systems, have been offered. In the Lexus model lineup, the RX sits below the larger GX and LX, marketed as the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado and the Toyota Land Cruiser body-on-frame SUVs outside North America, and above the smaller NX crossover with a lesser displacement inline-four engine. The name RX stands for Radiant Crossover. It has also been labeled as Recreational Cross Country in some markets. The RX current Toyota counterparts are the Highlander/Kluger. Past counterparts were the Harrier and Venza. The first-generation RX 300, fitted with a 3.0-liter V6 engine, began sales in 1998. The Japanese market Harrier, released in 1997, also offered a 2.2-liter inline-four, later upgraded to 2.4 liters. The second-generation RX 300, 3.0-liter V6, and RX 330, 3.3-liter V6, models went on sale in 2003, with both variants supplanted by the more powerful RX 350, 3.5-liter V6, in 2006. Like the previous series, a 2.4-liter inline-four engine was sold alongside the 3.0-liter V6 in the Japanese market Harrier. In 2005, a hybridized gasoline-electric version of the 3.3-liter second-generation model was made available as the RX 400h in export markets and as the Harrier Hybrid in Japan. For the third generation released in 2009, both RX 350, 3.5-liter V6, and RX 450h, 3.5-liter V6 hybrid, models were initially offered, with an entry-level RX 270, 2.7-liter inline-four, offered by Lexus in some Asian markets, including in Japan, since 2010. Since the release of the third generation, Japanese sales have occurred under the RX name as opposed to Harrier as had been the case previously. In the fourth generation, a turbocharged, 2.0-liter inline-four, R times 200T divided by 300 model was introduced to replace the previous 2.7-liter unit. The RX has been assembled at Toyota Motor Kyushu since launch. The RX and RX Hybrid were the first Lexus models to be built outside Japan, with North American market versions produced at the Toyota Motor Manufacturing Canada plant in Cambridge, Ontario, beginning 2003, RX, and expanded in 2014, RX Hybrid. Hybrid transaxles are built at the Kakura plant in Kitakyushu, Fukuoka since 2009. Fifth generation. The fifth generation RX was unveiled on May 31, 2022. Built on the GAK platform, it is available in 4 models: RX 350, RX 350h, RX 450h Plus, and RX 500hF Sport Performance. The RX 500h model is equipped with direct 4 all-wheel drive system. The 5th generation RX maintains the same overall length as the former model, although the wheelbase has grown to 2,850 mm, 112.2 in, extended by 60 mm, 2.4 in, with wider body at 1,920 mm, 75.6 in, widened by 25 mm, 1.0 in. The switch to the GAK platform resulted in a lower weight by 90 kg, 198.4 pounds, and a lower center of gravity by 15 mm, 0.6 in, as well as wider tracks. Unlike the previous generation, this vehicle comes only a 5-passenger seating. No 7-passenger seating with the third row is offered. However, the newer platform, revised dimensions, and fitment of suspension components allow for larger interior space. The front spindle grille found on most Lexuses was redesigned into a more three-dimensional mass, evolving into a design element Lexus calls spindle body. The grille is smaller and less pointed than before. The A-pillars have also been moved back to emphasize the elongated hood. The front fenders are made of aluminum, while the B-pillars are made of 2 GPA-class hot-stamped steel, which is claimed as a world first in terms of both safety and weight reduction. The mounting points for the rear suspension and its member mounting points have been highly reinforced using short-pitch welding, laser screw welding, and structural adhesives, creating a rigid high-torsion rear body frame. For a more linear steering response, highly rigid die-cast aluminum is used for the steering support. Adaptive Variable Suspension, AVS, is standard on F Sport models. Powertrain. The 5th generation RX is offered with 4-cylinder engines from Toyota's Dynamic Force family, with the 3.5-liter V6 option dropped entirely. The base RX 350 is equipped with the turbocharged 2.4-liter T24A FTS gasoline engine making 205 kilowatts, 275 horsepower, 279 PS, and 430 Nm, 43.8 kgm, 317 lb-ft, mated to a direct shift 8-speed automatic transmission, and available with optional all-wheel drive. The RX 350h uses the 2.5-liter A25A FXS, 140 kilowatts, 188 horsepower, 190 PS, and 243 Nm, 24.8 kgm, 179 lb-ft, gasoline engine with a series parallel hybrid system linked to a 1.6 kWh battery and ECVT, with a combined system output of 183 kilowatts, 245 horsepower, 249 PS, and 316 Nm, 32.2 kgm, 233 lb-ft, with optional all-wheel drive, E4. For RX 500hF Sport Performance, it is equipped with the Direct 4 all-wheel drive system, which features a rear-mounted electric motor, marketed as e-axle, combined with the T24A FTS engine, a parallel hybrid system and a 6-speed automatic transmission. The engine operates the front wheels while the electric motor drives the rear wheels, with a total system output of 274 kilowatts, 367 horsepower, 373 PS, and 550 Nm, 56.1 kgm, 406 lb-ft, of torque. The range also includes an addition of the RX 450h Plus plug-in hybrid, which uses the A25A FXS engine, an ECVT, an 18.1 kWh lithium-ion battery as well as front, 134 kilowatts, 180 horsepower, 182 PS, and rear electric, 40 kilowatts, 54 horsepower, 54 PS, motors. The gasoline engine produces 136 kilowatts, 182 horsepower, 185 PS, and 228 Nm, 23.2 kgm, 168 lb-ft, with a combined system output of 227 kilowatts, 304 horsepower, 309 PS. There are 4 modes available: EV, Auto EV/HV, HV, and self-charging, and all-wheel drive is provided by the rear electric motor that makes up the E4 system, allowing for front-rear torque distribution between 100:0 and 20 hours 80 minutes. Sales. The success of the Lexus RX has been particularly strong in the United States, where it has been the best-selling luxury SUV since its introduction. As one of the earliest luxury crossovers on the market, the RX has inspired similar competitors from rival marques. The Lexus RX is the top-selling Lexus hybrid, with global sales of 635,000 units through March 2023, out of 1 million Lexus hybrids delivered since 2005. As of March 2023, Lexus had accumulated more than 3.1 million RX models worldwide. The Lexus R x 400h divided by R x 450h is the top-selling Lexus hybrid, with global sales of 635,000 units through March 2023, out of 1 million Lexus hybrids sold worldwide.